Remember, the topic is very practical. It's all about stress. You know, how many of you never feel stress in life? Can you please wave your hand? You understand my question first, huh? How many of you never face any stress in your life? Everybody feels stress, right? Yeah, I also feel stress. You know, Miss Madina, she also feels stress. Stress is very common. Stress, it is part of our everyday life. You follow what I'm trying to mean? You cannot avoid stress. If you are human being, you have to work with stress. But if you are superhuman, you need not to feel any stress, right? Like Spider-Man, Iron Man, they never feel stress because they are superheroes. But we are not. We are human beings. In human life, we always have to face stress. But as a leader, when you will have stressful situation, how you can handle, what are the strategy, what are the tricks, what are the technique, what are the tactic you can follow. These are the things I'm going to explain from today's leadership series. I can see 186 of you are here. If you can, please switch on your camera, give a good smile. Remember, I always like to have good smile from my trainees. If you can give a good smile on screen, 3, 2, 1. Miss Madina also can take picture for all of our trainees. All of you give a good smile on screen. Page number 2, page number 3, page number 4. Yeah, if you can, please switch on your camera and give a good smile. Page number, I forgot what is my page number. Oh, page number 5. Page number 6. Try to switch on your camera. Miss 755399, you have to rename your name. Otherwise, you will receive a certificate with your number, not with your name. Thank you so much. I have marked your attendance for now. Now, without further ado, let me share my screen. And I do believe all of you can see my screen accordingly, right? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Look at the topic, how we will cope, how we will coping strategies for leader under stress. Very important topic. And I put a lot of things for today's discussion. Let's get started with the very simple one. What is stress? As I have told you during the intro part, that stress is very common for human life. But when I share my screen, look at these ones. Stress is the very natural reaction of our body when we have some changes and when we are facing some challenging situation. Actually, as a leader, when you will feel stress, what kind of symptom, what of mood of action you will be having? Look at this one. You will face some physical difficulties, emotional difficulties, and that will bring so as a leader, what you need to do, you have to know how to address and how to work with stress related activities or stress related, yeah, if you are at work, you are welcome to switch off your camera. Thank you so much. If you can't avoid it, if you cannot just absorb stress, and if you cannot move forward, it would be difficult for you as a leader to do something better for your team. How it can be done, let me bring you to my next slide, and let me tell you about the different types of stress. Actually, there are three types of stress. Najifa, in your life, you always will be having three different types of stress in your personal life and also in your professional life. It is called acute. It is called episodic acute stress. And the last one is chronic, CHRONIC. Three types of stress always will attack you in your professional life, also in your personal life. Now, I really don't want to keep sharing my screen. I'll be giving you more explanation and more examples so that you guys can take away something as a leader, how you can manage your stress. Okay, now, all of you look at me. Today, the discussion will be only for 2 hours, not 3 hours. So I'll be moving a bit fast. Okay, moving a bit fast. Now, when we are talking about three types of stress, sometime you as a leader, you will be creating your own stress. You follow what I mean, Sanjay? You as a leader, sometime you will create stress for you. How? If I give you a practical definition of stress for leaders, you have a lot of things to do, but you have lack of time. You will feel stress. I repeat my statement. How stress will take place for you as a leader. You have a lot of things to do, but you do not have enough time to complete all the tasks. Then what will be happening in your brain, in your mind? Manilin, you will feel stress. And what is pressure? Remember, some people always tell you, some of your friends always come and tell you, nowadays I have a lot of work pressure, right? Pressure. There is a difference between stress and pressure. Work stress and work pressure. Work pressure meaning to say you have a lot of things to do and also you have enough time to complete all the tasks. It is called pressure. You follow? When you are under pressure is okay, no problem. But when you are in stress, this is something difficult for you to manage. So what you need to do as a leader, you have to make sure every single day, you have to check your to-do list. What are the things you need to complete, and don't keep anything pending. Just complete the task for the day. If you keep something for tomorrow it will be a stress for you. Understand? Because as a leader, every day you will have a lot of things to do. Every day you will have a lot of things to complete. If you keep the things pending, at the end of the week, you will feel that, oh my God, I have a lot of things to complete, but I don't have enough time to do that. Then you will feel stress. You follow, guys? So don't make your life stressful as a leader by keeping the things just pending. Don't do that. Just complete the things that you're supposed to do as a leader so that you can avoid the three different types of stress as a leader. Now, let me give some more explanation about acute stress. Actually, this stress is very short-term stress that will come and that will go quickly. So acute stress, sometimes it can be positive, sometimes it can be negative. Example, you are a leader and you have called an emergency meeting. Now it is 5:15 p.m., right? 5:15 Singapore time. And you called an emergency meeting at 6 p.m. as a leader. So you have how many minutes? Only 45 minutes to prepare yourself for the meeting. You will have some stress, right? Marita, you will face some stress. Why? Because you only have 45 minutes before the meeting. So you have to prepare your things. Maybe you have to prepare your PowerPoint slide. Maybe you have to look at the sales report. You have to look at the marketing report. You have to look at the KPI record. Then for the next 45 minutes, you will have like acute stress. You have a lot of things to prepare, but you don't have enough time, right? That kind of stress you must have to face as a leader every single day. So it's the feeling you get when you are, maybe you are the practical, I mean the personal life, when you are on the roller coaster or having difficulties to manage sensitive stuff at workplace. You always will experience acute stress from time to time. So what you need to prepare as a leader, you have to build up a mindset. Whatever will come on your way, you will just move forward. You will just push yourself forward in a positive way. Lilia, you follow, look at this one. When you are managing a group of people, sometimes you will have some sensitive stuff, right? And sensitive stuff always will give you some stress, right? Boss, sir, I really don't like to work with John, work with Jessica. So you will be a bit, it will make you to feel a bit stressed, right? Fine, that is called acute stress. Number two, some symptoms that acute stress can bring you in your character. You know, the first, I'm not going to explain all. Later on, you can have a look. You will find like you are trying to avoid some of your responsibilities. Pen, understand? When you are under acute stress, you cannot complete all the things properly. You will skip, you will avoid some of the things that you're supposed to do. Because of acute stress, as a leader, you will find that your mood has changed. From positive mood, it become a negative mood. You know, sometime early in the morning, you came to your office, you know, just now you come to your office and you notice that two of your sensitive staff came up to you and keep complaining against each other. Lovely, you follow? Then you have started your day in positive way. Because of acute stress, it can change your mind from being positive to being negative. So please check all those things that can destroy your mood because of acute stress. Number two, we are talking about episodic acute stress. We will face this stress when we experience acute stress on a regular basis. What I mean by this one, number two, episodic acute stress, it is a continuous result of acute stress. Lily-Ann, you follow? Example, one of your staff every day giving you the same problem. One day, the first day, you can keep one of your eyes closed. Second day, you can excuse. Third day, you cannot tolerate anymore. Am I right? So if the same person giving you the same difficulties, it can lead you to the episodic acute stress. Because why? With this kind of stress, you don't ever get the time you need to return to a calm and relaxed state. Because the same person is is the guilty, right? The same person is making your life difficult. So when you will be a leader, when you will be managing a group of people, sometime you have to come or you have to face that kind of stress. The last one, the chronic stress. This is very difficult, the advanced level stress. Actually, the chronic stress, it is a long-term stress that goes on for weeks or months. You may face chronic stress due to your personal problem, maybe marriage, maybe issue at work or financial problem. You follow? So as a leader, when you will be facing more chronic stress, let me stop sharing my screen and let me say hello to everyone. Can all of you wave your hand so that I can understand all of you are here? So far you got the point what I'm trying to mean, right? Is it very difficult for you to understand? No, right? Sure? Excellent. Now, chronic stress a leader will face when you as a leader, when you face like pandemic, like COVID-19 pandemic. Remember, during the COVID-19 pandemic time, all the business leaders from different countries of the world, they faced not acute stress. They faced chronic stress. You follow? Chronic, because it's not for 1 month, 2 months, it becomes a problem for years. Number two, when a leader can face chronic stress, if you notice that there is a huge problem in at your workplace about discipline and punctuality. Maritis, am I right? You notice that staff are not following instruction. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about the things that the management asking them to do. A leader will feel chronic stress when you notice that your experienced staff, they keep resigning from your job, from your company. It also will create chronic stress for you as a leader. So what would be the solution? Let me bring you back and let me share some important tricks and technique that can help you to fight back. And how you can, manage your behavior when you are feeling stress at the high level. And in the meantime, I have a question in the chat box regarding the notes. I'll be sharing the notes before I say goodbye to all of you. So I'll send the notes just before ending the meeting for today. Okay, I'll send in the chat box. So no worries about the notes. You just try to focus on what I'm trying to mean from my side. Now, let's put our personal life stress aside. Let's talk about stress for a leader. Why leader experience continuous pressure and continuous stress? Because of the volume of organizational tasks. Every job is challenging job. There is no easy job. Am I right? Can anyone come and tell me, Mr. Faisal, I know one job, it is very easy? No. Every task is all about, hardworking job. And leader is responsible for, yes, correct. Leader is responsible for ensuring their teams are all pulling in the same direction to ensure that they are emotionally healthy while keeping their core competencies up to the date. And to be very honest with you, as a leader, it's not that easy for you to make your full team members 100% engaged. Agree? Because people will give you a lot of problem. Your staff will give you, emotional problem. Your staff will give you personal problem. Your staff will give you a lot of unnecessary problems, right? And also, you as a leader, you will feel stress because I mean, from two different sectors. Stress from your team members, also stress from your superior, stress from your top management, because the top management demands to get things done. On the other hand, subordinates meaning to say the team members who will be working under you, they need, they need like to have some, sympathy, empathy, and some special things from you at the first place. And that's why, as a leader, every single day, he or she needs to face a lot of pressure during the leading time accordingly. Now, consistent exposure to such stresses can increase anxiety, and it can bring, or it can create, person's mental health. So you are the owner of a business, you are a leader of a business, you are managing a group of people, and when you are feeling stress for a long period of time, when you are facing stress every single day because of your staff, because of your top management, because of the surroundings, because of the business competitors, it can bring anxiety. You know what is the meaning of anxiety, Sanjay? Anxiety meaning to say mentally you are not stable, you are feeling uncomfort, you are feeling not secure, you are feeling, not good about your business. That is called anxiety. And remember, when you face anxiety, let me stop sharing my screen. As a leader, what you need to make sure, you are taking good care of yourself. When you have anxiety problem, I'm not talking about stress first. I'm talking about anxiety. Anxiety like overthinking. Maria, you follow? Overthinking. You are being worried about result. You are being worried about performance. You are being worried about becoming 100% perfect. That kind of anxiety will reduce some hormone. Do you know what is the meaning of hormone? We all got a series of hormone in our body. Some hormone needed. Some hormone, it's not good for our health. Understand? So when you have anxiety, you will have some hormone related problem. Then you cannot make proper decision. You cannot keep your angriness under control. You cannot communicate properly. You cannot show empathy. You cannot, lead a group of people. You cannot feel confident about your job, about your business. Salva Quen, you follow? Dorji, you follow? So that's why, that's why all the leaders must have to take care of themselves at the first place. And what are the problems you will be facing because of long-term stress as a leader? You may feel sleep disorder. At night, you cannot sleep. Even some of you have this problem, right? At night, you cannot sleep, and early in the morning, you cannot get up on time. Am I right? Some of you are facing this problem, not because of your business related problem, it's because of your personal problem, right? But if you think about business point of view as a leader point of view, you must have to make sure that at night or every single day you have enough sleep. At least 8 hours. How many hours? 8 hours, not 6 hours. 6 hours is not enough. You have to make sure you have 8 hours sound sleep. Your brain must have to take proper rest every single day for at least 8 hours. Otherwise, what will be happening? Your brain cannot serve you properly. Understand? So if you have like this problem, lack of sleep, it can cause a dramatic shift of the leader's personality. What kind of change you may face, making them less collaborative and more self-centered. And when you become self-centered leader, nobody will respect your instruction. Nam, am I right? Nam, am I right to say like that? Jasmine, if you just think for the betterment of yourself as a leader, your team members will not have any respect for you at the first place. So make sure, no matter what is the condition you are facing, you have to have at least 8 hours sound sleep every single day. Otherwise, again, you will face stress. And when you will face stress, you cannot be productive at all. Right? Look at this one, some common sleep. If you have lack of sleep problem, what will be happening here? If you look at my picture, you can see, right? The main problem that you will be facing as a leader, your mood will be changing. You know, Christine, you cannot control your mood. Out of sudden, you will become angry. Out of sudden, you will become emotional. Out of sudden, you will become very soft. Out of sudden, you will become a very, very strict. And because of your mood changes, it will create a negative impact among your team members. The team members will not feel comfort to work with your leadership. You follow? If you never have sound sleep, you cannot concentrate, because as a leader, you must have to concentrate at your work. Boo, am I right? Miss Boo from Vietnam, you have to concentrate. When you are in a meeting, you have to pay 100% concentration to your meeting people. If not, your meeting cannot be productive. Right? Memory problem, you will forget. You will forget the things every single day, the most important things you will forget. Right? So please make sure, in order to avoid the stress as a leader, the first thing you must have to have proper sleep at the first place. Number 2, mood swing. Yeah, this is very common for each and every one, right? So I'm talking about your personal life mood swing. But if you think about your professional life mood swing, as a leader with positive attitude can come and can, help their team positively, and not only positively, but also making it more and more proactive. But when the leader's stress level are not properly handled, what will be happening? It can cause them just not to control and become very, very not stable, unstable, a bit angry types, a bit, uncontrolled behavior. As a result, what will be happening? A person's emotional state can be destroyed or can be imbalanced. So as a leader, a frequent mood swing impact the rest of the teams dramatically. Now, what I mean by this one, let me stop sharing my screen and let me explain about the mood swing and why it takes place as a leader. Now, when you are in, let's talk about common human behavior, right? Sometimes the small things make your life more difficult. Maria, Melita, Maritis. Example, this is lunchtime. You are a bit hungry. You are a bit hungry. And what you want to have your lunch, right? And if you notice that your lunch is getting late, you order lunch, but your staff or or the person in charge getting late to bring the lunch to your office. So what will be happening? You are very happy while ordering your food. Study, you follow? But because of the lateness, it will change your mood, right? That is called mood swing. You will react with your stuff. Hey, why you got late? You know, this is lunch time and I'm so busy, super busy. After my lunch, I have another meeting and you got late, right? What is the solution? Solution is that you have to educate your staff. Hey, when you go out for bring my lunch, manage your time. Because after the lunch, I'm not free. I'll have to do the meeting. I have to go for meeting. So please don't get late when I send you for bring my lunch. This is a simple example. Mood swing, a lot of factors are being involved. Okay, another example. You are sitting at your office and you have one staff just came to you and asked for 2 days leave, applied for 2 days leave. You are in very positive mood. And when you notice that a staff is applying for leave, but not for any specific reason. What is the reason? The reason is unacceptable. Then your mood will swing, right? From being positive to being negative. Actually, whatever the examples I have shared with all of you, it is the behavior of common people. But when you are a leader, you have to be the bigger person. Understand? The small things never allow you never allow to make your mood to be destroyed. Understand? One more time, I repeat, when you will be holding the leadership position, the small things, you never allow them to destroy your mood. Jeffrey, understand? Zuni, that is called leadership, you know. That's how you need to react. Don't just being, influenced by the negative people at your workplace because of their carelessness, because of their small personal problem. Otherwise, every day you have to feel stress, and stress. You follow? Now, bad decision making. Yes, as a leader, when you will be under stress, it can lead you to make a negative decision at your workplace. Why? Think carefully. When you feel stressed, when you feel unstable, when you feel angry, when you are a bit emotional, you cannot make 100% right decision. Agree, guys? Agree? And how many of you are here? I think here almost 270 of you are here. In your life, in your life, when you make a decision, and while making that decision, if you are emotional, what kind of decision you made? Wrong decision. Am I right? Some of you have resigned from your job, last job. Why? Because you became emotional, you became angry with your manager, with your supervisor, with your colleague, and decided to resign from this job. And now you regret why I resigned from this job. If I could doing that job, if I could do that job, maybe my life can be more better than today. You follow what I mean? So when you feel stress, no need to make any decision. You come out from your stress or stressful situation, and only then you make a decision for your business. Myrene, you follow? Rose, you follow? Because when you are in stress, you cannot make proper decision for your business. Right? Yeah. Now, because of stress, sometimes leader can be isolated. What is the meaning of isolated? Leader under huge stress might act like not social. They can be isolated. Sometimes leader does not want to communicate with their team or team members. Why? Because he or she as leader got a lot of stressful situation. And do take note, ladies and gentlemen, as a leader, no matter what is the situation, what you need to do, you have to stay with your team. Don't make yourself isolated from your team members. Even when you are facing major difficulties in your business. You follow? Because as a leader, when you become isolated, all the team members, they will be demotivated. There will be lack of discipline in your team. There will be lack of punctuality in your team. There will be no, transparency. There will be no, organizational structure if you become isolated as a leader. So no matter what is the condition, you always keep in touch with your team members. Sometimes stress can lead that kind of problem for a leader. Now, come to the main point that I have had for all of you for today's discussion. It's all about some stress management technique for leaders. Number one, all of you, please pay attention. It will help you when you will become a leader and when you feel that your leadership position is full of stressful work. Number one, you need to give priority to your self-care. What is the meaning of self-care? You take care of yourself. I need to stop sharing my screen and I need to say hello to everyone. Can you please wave your hand, guys, so that I can understand all of you are here? Excellent. Sometimes we have some habit. What is the habit? Early in the morning, can I check with all of you? Early in the morning, some of you skip your breakfast. Why? Because you have to go to your office so fast. You got late for 10 minutes early in the morning, and you have decided, morning, I have no time to have breakfast. How many of you have this problem? Wave your hand. Be honest with me. How many of you always skip your breakfast because of your workload? Oh my God, a lot. A lot. Okay, type 1 in the chat box. Type 1 in the chat box so that I can see how many of you have this habit. When you feel that you have so many important things at your work, early in the morning, you skip your breakfast. See, don't do that. Don't do that. No matter how busy you are, do not skip your breakfast. Understand? Don't just make a decision that I'll have a cup of coffee as my breakfast. Coffee cannot be your breakfast, my friend. You follow? You must have to have a proper breakfast. Remember, leaders are using brain. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. What you are using? Your brain, not your muscles power. So how your brain will support you if you never eat on time? Understand? No matter how busy you are as a leader, yes, sometimes you will have a lot of things to do. Take self-care. Understand? Self-care is the best care. Understand, guys? So never start a day without having a proper breakfast. Never be late to have your lunch. Never be late to complete your dinner. Leaders are using their brain to work. So if you never eat properly, if you never have healthy food, your brain will not support you properly. And when your brain is not supporting you, you will always be in stress. I have a question in the chat box, sir. Sir, do you skip breakfast before? I did it long time back. But now I realize that I have to take care of myself. And I never skip my breakfast. When I realize that I have to take care of myself if I want to work with a healthy body, with a healthy mind, with a healthy mind. You follow? Correct. Lorena said, never eat breakfast, just coffee. Change your habit, my friend. Okay, you take breakfast first. It can be bread, butter, banana, fruits, milk. Then final touch is coffee. Okay, so self-care. Number two, so strategy number one that can help you to manage your stress. You give priority to your self-care. Remember, self-care is very important to managing workplace stress. As a leader, it is important to give priority to your physical meaning to say eat properly, eat on time, emotional meaning to say be realistic. Be realistic. As a leader, you cannot control every single things. Sometimes, some of the tasks will become a bit difficult. You see? So when you feel it is difficult, you take care of your emotion and also your mental well-being. Don't think too much. Overthinking will kill your creativity. Arlene, you follow? We always overthink. If we feel something difficult, we just keep thinking. Don't do that. Self-care. This means that taking time for regular exercise, healthy eating, getting enough sleep, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and happiness. Okay, self-care, don't forget. Now, let me allow to give some, I would say that very funny examples, I would say. Sometimes some leaders, when they feel stressed, they light a cigarette. Right? Now I'm feeling stressed. So what I'll do, I'll light a cigarette. I'll smoke a cigarette. So yeah, it's not the best way of stress management. Smoking cigarette will create another series of stress in your mind, in your body. You follow? So self-care, just take care of your health. Do not do anything that is not good for your health. Understand, guys? At the end of the day, we human got some limitation. Our body will give us support to work hard 45 up to 45 years old, up to 50 years old. Am I right? After 50, we cannot work very hard because our physical part will not give us that support. Right? So when you care yourself, you can really manage your stress accordingly. Number two, as a leader, as I have told you earlier, yes, 24/7, you will have a lot of things to do. Sometimes don't forget to take pause, rest, and please be mindful. What is the meaning of mindfulness? Don't forget that you are not a computer. Always remember you are human beings. You are made by meat and blood. Ricardo, am I right? You cannot work like a robot. So when you are working very hard, sometimes take break. For example, after working for 1 hour as a leader by thinking a lot about product development, service development, don't forget to take a break, like 5 to 10 minutes break. Liberty, understand? Remember, taking break, it is a part of your productive work. Understand? I repeat, taking a 5 minutes break, it is part of your productive working hour. But when you shift your attention from work to your self-rest, your brain will have some time to restructure your energy, reset your energy to make it more and more productive as a leader. And it can help you to destroy your unnecessary stress. You follow, guys, what I mean? So when you feel that you have a lot of things to do, don't wait, just start. And when you start, after working for a long hour, please stop for a while and take a break. Take a break. Give some time for your brain, for your eyes, for your nose, for your fingers, for your body to relax. Only then you can, cope up with your stress. If you keep working for 4 hours by looking at your laptop, after 4 hours, your brain will stuck, you cannot move here, you cannot move there. So taking rest and becoming mindful, believe it that it is part of your work that will help you to manage your stress accordingly. Now, as a leader, you will be facing a lot of stress when you focus more on becoming 100% perfect. Agree? If you want to make everything 100% perfect, it will make a lot of stress for you and for your team members. Now, don't focus on being 100% perfect. What does it mean? Let me stop sharing my screen and let me give you some examples so that you can understand how you can avoid or how you can, fight back with that particular type of stress. As a leader, for example, I am a leader and I have like 15 trainers. I'm leading a group of trainers, and the number is almost 15 from different countries of the world. And I know that everybody got some limitation. Agree, guys? Including me. We all have some limitations. So as a leader, when I forget about this word that everybody got limitation, and my expectation is so high from my team members, and when they cannot manage my expectation, if I become angry, if I become unhappy, if I become very, very, unsatisfied, it will make my life stressful as a leader. Agree? Agree, guys? But when I believe that everybody got limitation, so instead of becoming 100% perfect, why not every day I talk with our trainer how we can become more and more productive, more and more skillful, more and more effective at our work. See the difference? See the difference? So if I expect a lot, but as a leader, I never do anything in order to improve the skills of our trainers. We have to follow this one, right? Everybody got limitation. As a leader, our duty is to help them to improve, not to make it 100% perfect. Nobody is 100% only 100% perfect. Only God is 100% perfect. We are not God. We are human beings, right? So when you believe your workplace like this, you can avoid this unnecessary stress. Should I make myself clear to you guys? If your expectation is so high from your team members, you as a leader, you have to come down and you have to work with your team members in order to improve their standard that you want. Okay? It can be for any department, marketing department, sales department, IT department, accounts department, customer care department. As a leader, you have to come out, you have to work with your team members. And when you realize that, yes, it's easy to say, but difficult to do, then you will forget about 100% perfection. So that's how we can, that's how we can respond in order to manage our stress as a leader. Don't focus on being perfect. Focus on improvement. Focus on development. Focus on, developing the standard. Irene Joy, you follow? Leaders should not strive for perfection. Instead, provide their teams with the breathing room. Let others on the team make mistakes so that they can learn from them. Don't stress over doing things perfectly, especially if they are unimportant. It's easy to get caught up in striving for perfection at the expense of producing enough decent work. Understand this one, 100% perfection and decent work. There is a difference. You focus on decent work. As long as they maintain certain standard, be happy and move forward in order to make it more and more better for next time. More effective stress management technique for leaders. Look at this one. We need to acknowledge both small and big success. This one, you got to think carefully. Let me stop sharing my screen. I know out of 289 of you are here, some of you are doing full-time job, right? Full-time job. Some of you are doing part-time job. So why you are working? For two reasons. Number one, in order to earn money for you and for your family. Am I right? And number two, you work in order to give return to your company. What is the return? Some productivity, some result, right? And as I have told you earlier, every job is all about hard-working job. There is no easy job. Am I right? So when you achieve something, it can be small achievement, it can be the biggest achievement. Our brain, our brain is very, very modern and updated. Really follow my friend Ruel, our brain is very updated one. So when you acknowledge that, oh, wow, this month I could achieve my KPI, key performance indicators, and I got some incentives, some bonus, and it's added some extra value with my salary. See, when you acknowledge this one, when you remind it in your brain, next month, your brain will give you some positive response in order to work extra hours. You follow? Your brain will give you some positive response to go extra mile in order to achieve more. Understand? So as a leader, when you are working with a group of people, if your team achieves something, it can be small, it can be bigger, don't forget to acknowledge it. You follow? Don't forget to call a small meeting, and during the meeting time, you share the list of the achievement of your team. When you acknowledge your achievement, you can forget your stress level. You can forget your difficult times. You can forget all the challenges that you faced in order to achieve this small achievement or the biggest achievement. All of you understand, guys? If you don't understand this part, let me give you another example. All of you, at least you have high school education, right? I can see a lot of you are from Myanmar. You got high school education. From the Philippines, you also got high school education. Remember, before your final exam, nobody knows, but you know better, right? What did you do in order to pass your final exam properly? Ricardo, am I right? And you study more than 12, 13, 14 hours before your final exam. Even early in the morning, your exam will start at 10 a.m. You keep study up to 9 a.m., 9:15 a.m. to go for your final exam. And when you receive the result, I don't think so that any one of you remembered your hard work, your stress level. You forgot everything, right? And you are very happy and proud about your result. You know, that's how, as a leader, you can lead a group of people by acknowledging their achievement. You follow? When you put your hands together for your team will forget all those unnecessary stress, unnecessary, challenging things that they faced while achieving this goal. You follow? And don't take away the credit of your team members. Don't do that. When you have to give a credit to your junior staff, give it. When you need to give a credit to a new staff, give it. Put your hand on his or her shoulder and don't forget to say, well done, good job. Right? It will help you and it will help your team members to fight back with the stress related, the situation in the team. I don't want to read the things. You can read later on. It's very straight to the point accordingly. Now, stress management, one of the best things that you all can think in order to overcome the stress as a leader. What is it? You can delegate tasks effectively. Many leaders, even some of you are working as a manager, as a supervisor, right? And some of you feel stressed. Why? Because you delegate, you give some task to some of your team members, but your team members could not complete this task properly. Then what's the problem? Now you are facing the stress. So the best way, what you can do, you can delegate, you can distribute the task effectively. What is the meaning of effective delegate? I need to give you some examples. I don't want to stay in my PowerPoint slide. Allow me to stop sharing my screen. So when we are talking about effective delegate, as a leader, what I need to know all the strength, all the weaknesses of my team members. You follow what I mean? Again, I need to have clear idea about the strength and about the weaknesses of my team members. And based on my knowledge, I need to delegate the task to the right person. Example, Mr. Dorji from Bhutan. I know you are good at Photoshop. Just for example, I have come to know your Photoshop skill is excellent. I can give 8 out of 10. So what I need, I have a new project, and for my new project, I need someone who can do proper Photoshop for preparing all the documents. So what I'll do as a leader, I'll call you Dorji up to come and take over Photoshop related work to be done by Dorji. Understand, all of you guys? He will enjoy. He will do the Photoshop job very, very properly. Why? Because he already know how to do Photoshop. If I give this task to Mr. Lily Ann, I call Lily Ann up and give this Photoshop task to Lily Ann, but he does not know how to do Photoshop properly. So what he will be doing? Yeah, he will do Photoshop just for the sake of doing. Am I right? Not quality. Quality will not be there. Standard will not be there. He will just complete just for the sake of doing the job. So when Mr. Lily Ann will submit his task, my brain will commit suicide. Oh my God. The nose of the staff becomes there because the Photoshop was very, very poor. Then I will feel stress, right? I will feel stress. So in order to avoid the stress as a leader, always delegate the task to the right team members. How you can do that? By understanding their skills, understanding their knowledge. You follow? If there is no one who can do Photoshop, you have to train someone to learn, or you have to give some time to someone to learn Photoshop. You understand, all of you guys? You follow? If you ask someone from marketing department to work in accounts department, cannot, right? He will bring marketing concept to accounts department. Then at the end of the day, you as a leader, you will find there is a lot of error in the accounts department. You follow? Then you will feel stress. So if you think about the successful leaders, they always delegate tasks effectively to the right staff at the right time, at the right place. Najifa, you follow my friend? When you can do that, you can avoid unnecessary stress. You can complete your project. You can complete your meeting. You can complete your report on time by maintaining the deadline. Okay, fine. So far clear? Clear? Excellent. So stress, huh? I'm talking about avoiding the stress. Now let's continue and talk about the next one. You can follow the 6 steps in order to bring effective delegation. All of you try to switch on your camera so that I can see how everything is moving on with you guys. Mr. Jim C, so far clear, right? Jim C? Okay, excellent. Now, 6 way you can, number 1, you can define the task clearly and explain what needs to be done. So when you talk about, when you are giving Photoshop task to someone who is expert in Photoshop, take your time to explain properly what you really want, what you really want from this particular person to do the Photoshop. Myrin, you follow? Number 2, you have to come out with the right person who can do the things at the first place. Number 3, you need to explain why it matters. You need to explain to that particular person why you have chosen him or chosen her in order to complete that specific task for the time being. Marlene, you follow what I mean? Give authority. Don't forget to give them authority. Because if I do not know how to do Photoshop, I'll let my team members to take over each and everything to make 100% professional Photoshop things. Because I have no idea. So if I go and hold the authority, then there will be a problem. Number 5, always offer support. Tell your staff, share your stuff. If you need more time, let me know. If you face any difficulties, you are always welcome to call me. I'm here to support you. And number 6, don't forget to track the progress. Always give some time to complete certain tasks, and don't just sit back by delegating the task to your team members. Sometimes you need to remind them. You need to give a reminder. Marisol, you follow? You need to ask them, how is the progress? You need to ask them, can you please send so far what you have done? Let me check how everything is going on. So if you follow these 6 steps, you can, delegate the task, and you can avoid unnecessary stress, right? So always follow these tricks and technique that can help you to avoid the stress for a leader. Now let's look at the next one. It is all about look for help and support. You are a manager. It doesn't mean that you can do everything by your own. Louis Lee, am I right? Maribel, you are a manager. It doesn't mean that you can do everything, whatever you want. So if you need any support, if you need any help, feel free to open your mouth. You can inform your top management. You can inform your team members. You can ask your colleagues. You can ask your team members to come and help you. Remember, admitting you don't know everything and might need some advice while in a leadership position can be difficult. It's okay to ask for help when needed. Don't put yourself inside of a pressure cooker. You are not rice. You are a human being. So facing difficulties, share. As a leader, share. So when you ask for help, when needed, it's not a sign of weaknesses. Come on. If I'm a manager, if I'm a leader, if I feel that this project is becoming a bit challenging for me, I'm not going to waste my time. I'll inform my top management, and I'll explain to the top management why I need support. Because I have to be responsible enough at the end of the day, because if I cannot maintain my deadline, Jennifer, if I cannot maintain my deadline, the top management will be more angry, right, Alzine? So it's better to inform in advance if I need some support, some time, some advice in advance. Remember, a good leader always will be good at to understand the need for assistance and support for time to time. So in order to avoid the stress, I'm talking about unnecessary stress, always feel free to ask for help and ask for support. Okay, fine. It will help you to, avoid unnecessary stress at your workplace. Now let's continue and talk about what we have for the next one. Remember, as a leader, you cannot achieve everything overnight. Agree? You cannot achieve everything overnight. So whatever the mission, whatever the vision, whatever the KPI that you are going to put, make sure you follow the realistic point of view. No need to be super excited. No need to be like very, very excited that I can do everything. Understand, all of you guys? So when you design KPI, make sure it's becoming realistic goal. So when you set up certain KPI that can be achieved by you and your team members, it can reduce the stress by providing a clear roadmap for success. So when you will be developing KPI, you need to consider that you have available resources. You have, the time frame, enough time for you to complete this particular task. And also, you must have to have some idea in advance what kind of problem you might face while achieving this goal. I'll give you some example, realistic goals, so that you can avoid unnecessary headache. I would like to invite all of you to switch on your camera one more time, because I need to mark all of your attendance. As I can see, the number is 283 of you are here. And don't forget to give a good smile. I know some of you become very tired because you were listening stress for last 1 hour and 11 minutes, and now you're feeling stress, right? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Give a good smile. Page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5, page number 6. Excellent. Number 7, number 8, number 9. Oh, sorry. Yeah, number 9, number 10, number 11. Okay, fine. I have marked your attendance for now. Okay, now I stop sharing the screen because I would like to give some explanation about realistic goal. Okay, now, guys, if you are a manager in a company, it's not your own company, okay? You are working as a manager for a company. You got to understand the common psychology of top management. What top management will ask you? You do everything. Ricardo, you follow? Top management really do not know what is going on in the ground level. Do you understand what I mean? If I'm the owner of a business, and you are the manager in my business, I really don't care about the groundwork. I just want to see the result. You follow? That is the mindset of 99.99% CEO from all over the world. Now, you as a manager, when you set the goal, you cannot act like the top management. You follow? If you put a KPI that is unrealistic, do you know what will be happening? Number 1, your team members will be demotivated. Number 2, some of your team members will resign. Number 3, there will be a lot of unnecessary stress, unnecessary problem that you need to face because you put some unrealistic KPI that cannot be achieved by the time. You follow what I mean? So do not be super excited because of the instruction from the top management. You need to communicate. You follow? It doesn't mean that you can avoid the instruction of your top management. You need to communicate with your top management properly, professionally, with full of respect. You have to take this ownership. Sir, I understand. Ma'am, I understand your concern. So for the KPI that I'm going to put, I don't have enough manpower. You have to be very honest. Reha, you follow? If you have lack of manpower, you have to voice out. Because the KPI that you want to achieve, I'm sorry, sir, I don't have enough manpower. If you want me to achieve this one, I need more manpower. Okay, number 2, sir, the time frame that you have given, it's not enough to achieve this KPI. So what I need more time. I need more time. You as a leader, you have to believe that nothing is impossible. Am I right? You have to believe this philosophy. And then how you can make everything is possible? You need right resource, you need enough time, and you need to be ready with the common risk factors, right? When you have 3 things ready, you can go. You can set the realistic goal, and all the team members can work together and achieve the goal. If you have lack of manpower, if you have lack of skills, if you have lack of time, at the end of the day, you are buying stress, nothing else. You are buying what? Stress. You are calling stress to come inside of your pocket. Understand? You are calling stress. Hello, stress, come. I'm so free. You come and give me some extra unnecessary stress. Understand, all of you guys, how you can put the realistic goal? Fine, excellent. Jeffrey, understand? Jeffrey? Samia? Okay, fine, good. Now let me bring you in again to my screen, and I have few more things to share before we move to the next topic for today. Now, for effective stress management, we have to develop a positive work environment. And it's your duty as a leader, how you can develop a positive working environment, not the toxic environment. You know, some of you maybe you do not like your current job. Why? Because you feel that your work environment is toxic work environment, right? The people who are working not supportive, not friendly, attitude problem, behavior problem, mindset problem, laziness problem, complaining problem, the complaining against each other, internal politics problem, discipline problem, punctuality problem. You as a leader, you have to develop a culture for your team. What kind of culture? Culture of supportive mindset, culture of helping each other, culture of discipline, culture of punctuality, culture of transparency, culture of taking responsibility, zero tolerance in terms of internal politics. You don't listen if someone is complaining and talking bad about each other. You have to stop them. You follow? And you have to make sure to announce to your team members, hey guys, I'm your leader. It doesn't mean that I'm holding a major position in my team. I'm just like you, but I am responsible for all of you. Any problem, anything, 24/7, you can call me, you can message me, you can come to my office. My door is open for you guys. Anything, if you need my advice, my suggestion, feel free to do it. You understand, all of you, my friends? So when you create that kind of culture, there will be no stress. You can minimize stress by 80 to 90%. Because of what? Because of strong communication, because you all work together in order to celebrate the achievement. You also fostering community within your team. So how come there will be a stress? There will be no stress. Yeah, there will be stress, but a bit very, very less number of stress. All of you clear how you can foster a positive work environment? It's your duty as a leader. Now, practice time management. If you remember what I have said during the first part of my today's discussion, if you cannot manage your time, every job will make your life full of stress. So the key is time management. I'll give you some simple examples so that you guys can understand how time management can help you to manage your stress, and how poor time management can make your life difficult. Okay, now let me stop sharing my screen. So you are working as a manager and your office starts at 9 o'clock. Maritis, you follow? Malita, you follow what time? 9 o'clock. So what you did, you put an alarm in your mobile phone around 7:30 a.m. in the morning. 7:30. And what you did, you got a bit late to get up from your sleep. You get up at 7:45 a.m. So because of this 15 minutes of late, stress will take place in your activities. Am I right? You need to rush to the bus stop because your bus will come at 7:15. You follow? Your bus will come, 8:15. You only have 30 minutes to be there. If you miss the bus, you will be late at your office, at your work. See? Then you have to be ready quickly. You have to take your breakfast quickly. You have to brush your teeth, like 50% brush, 50% no brush, because you already got late for 15 minutes, right? Instead of using the proper dress, you have enough time. You will just use whatever you have at your hand, right? And then when you will go to the bus stop, stress will come place in your mind. What if I miss the bus? Understand? Then you need to run. Then you will feel that everything is becoming stressful. But if you manage your time, you get up at 7:30 a.m. early in the morning, you take your breakfast, you brush your teeth, you take a short shower, you dress up nicely, you take time to prepare well, you go to your nearest bus stop, you get in the bus, you come to the office, you start your work on time. See, there is no stress. Understand, my friends? The limit of stressful situation, it will come from your time management. And you have to make it as your habit. Only then, you can manage your stress every single day as a leader. All of you understand? Understand, guys? Fine, very good. And take note, every day there is a new routine for you. As a leader, every day you have certain things to complete. So please do not keep anything for tomorrow. Take note, if you keep the things for tomorrow, this tomorrow will never come to your life, because tomorrow is another new day, another new to-do list, right? If you can remember this part, it will help you a lot in order to respond properly to your stress-related situation. Now, stress management benefits for a leader. Now, let's talk about some benefits that you can get when you are able to manage your stress strategically. When you are having difficult times and when you are having a lot of stressful situation, but you already know how to manage, what you can do as a leader, you can inspire your staff to perform at the high levels. Agree, guys? You follow? Fine. So whatever the difficulties you have, when you know how to fight back and how to respond positively, because of your positive attitude, because of your positive response, it will create a positive environment among your team members. And look at number 2. When you are good at managing your stress, you can keep yourself cool under pressure. And because of your coolness, you can see the possible solution and possible possibilities for the coming work, for the coming situation. And you can calculate action, and also you can control them accordingly. Why? Because you are good at managing your stress. You can keep yourself cool under pressure. Look at number 3, the benefit. And if your mentality, if your attitude, if your mindset is not there, you cannot be a leader, right? Cannot. You can just work, but there will be no productivity, there will be no standard of work, there will be nothing, right? And also, when you are good at managing your stress, you can be good at managing unethical team members' behavior. Do you know what is the meaning of unethical team members' behavior? At your team, when you notice that some of your team members are not doing their job, Angelita, you follow? Every team got that kind of people. They just act. Acting, they are good at acting, but zero performance. Jeffrey, you follow? I think at your workplace, you also have some problem like that, right? Some people always acting, always busy. They act busy, but there is no productivity. That is called unethical team members. So when you know how to keep yourself cool under stressful situation, you can handle that kind of unethical behavior. What you can do, you can be very firm, and you also can be very sincere in order to handle or in order to respond to that kind of unethical team members' behavior. So look at the positivities. A lot of positive things you can bring when you gradually, step by step, you can manage the stress at the first place. Let's move on and talk about the next benefits. Now, when you are not taking the things like stressful situation, you can have productive meetings with your team members. All of you pay attention, please. This part is very important. So let me copy this one. Let me stop sharing my things and let me put the word in the chat box for all of you. We are talking about what? Productive meeting. Now, I'll share with you a scenario, and someone has to come and share the solution, because I think from the time being, some of you have some idea about managing your stress, right? Jasmine, by right, some of you have some ideas already from 1 hour and 30 minutes of discussion about stress management. Now, all of you pay attention. Look at me, ladies and gentlemen, from different countries of the world. For example, you are a leader of a sales team. Which team? Sales team. So according to the report of last month, your team sales has dropped by 15%. How many percent? 15%. You are the leader, and under your leadership, you have 50 sales representatives. And according to the result of the last month sales report, sales has dropped by 15%. And today, early in the morning, you have had a lecture from the top management why your team sales has dropped by 15%. What you are doing with your team, why there is no improvement, why sales has dropped by 15%. I don't mind. You go and talk with your 50 sales representative and find out what is going on. Lilia, stressful situation, right? Ruel, stressful situation, am I right? Because you have a call from the top management and asking you why the sales has dropped by 15%. How you will respond? All of you are a leader. All of you are a leader. How you will call a meeting and how you will make a productive meeting when you are under stress. Who can share something? Raise your digital hand. Take note, there will be no right, there will be no wrong answer. It's just your opinions. Anyone would like to give? Okay. Now, 2. Anyone? Only 2. I want to see more than 10 people. So without wasting time, let me give the floor to the first person. Samia, the middle name. Go on, please.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon. But okay, let me check. Can all of you hear Mr. Samia? Wave your hand if you can hear him. Okay, Samia, continue, please.
Okay. So the solution that I'm thinking about this is maybe there is a problem in the KPI.
Yeah.
In which part the delegation of the right person and this strategy, I have to change the strategy, or I have to the redelegate the activity to the right person first. Then
Okay.
maybe in terms of meeting, then we should have everything up now.
Okay, so from your point of view, the solution that you will implement, you will delegate the task to the right people, right? And right strategy. Okay, I'll take your answer and I'll go to the next participant, who is Angeline, right? Could you please unmute your microphone? Wow, very good. A lot of people are standby. Please wait. I'll be inviting all of you to speak. Go on, please.
Hello, good afternoon from my part. Actually, I will do I will schedule an urgent meeting with the 50 sales representative, and the tone should be collaborative and focus on understanding the situation, not placing blame for what's happening.
Okay, very good. Let's put our soft hand for this young lady. I like her 2 approach. Number 1, she will call an emergency meeting. She will be using cooperative tune of voice during the meeting time in order to understand what is happening. Obviously, something somewhere wrong. Maybe you as a leader, you do not know, right? So you have to find out, you need to figure out what is the problem and how it can be done. Yes, by using cooperative voice. No need to, you know, like bully, no need to use any, implement any punishment. Tell them, guys, this meeting is for our mistake, not your mistake. You know, use the word our, you included. Why our team performance dropped by 15%. You are stressed, I'm also stressed. So let's talk, let's be open to find out what's the problem. Only then you can move to a productive meeting even when you are under stress. You know, there is a high chance even during your meeting time, you can have 2 voice messages from the top management. Angeline, make sure you solve the problem by today. You are in more stress, right? Okay, thank you so much. I'll mute your microphone. Let's go and hear from another participant. Oops, please, go on, please.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening to you too.
First of all, we should acknowledge the concerns that happened. And the second one is to clarify the situation. Let's have the accurate explanation about what happened. And third is we should investigate.
Wow, very good.
We should
You are
investigate what happened
using FBI method of figuring out the problem. Very good. But I like your strategy. Your strategy is all about statistics based, right? Statistics based. Find out the problem, step by step process of solving the problem. Very good. Excellent. So three of you have given us 3 different solutions, and everybody is right in your own point of view. I cannot say you are wrong. Samia, you are right. Angeline, you are absolutely right. Adnaline, you are also absolutely right. I'll go for Myrene. Yeah, unmute your microphone. You remember the question, right?
Sorry, yes,
Okay,
yeah.
continue, please.
Okay, good afternoon, Sir Faisal, and good afternoon, everybody. For me, sir, based on my experience, what I always do is if I have problem with my, I mean, let's say the sales drop, any percent like that. Before I call for the meeting, I will analyze the root cause. And after that, I don't need to know whose fault is that because it will definitely waste my time and my staff's time. So what I'm doing is analyze the root cause, and before I call for the meeting, I will set how do you call this? I always do something that I know what to tell them to motivate them to implement the tactical changes to improve the sales. That's what I always do, and it works. It works. That's all that.
Wow. Very good, very good. You know, Myrene, I have written a small sentence in the chat box based on your speech. Look at this one. Do not look for who is right, who is wrong. Just
Yes,
make
sir.
it right.
I don't do that because I used to work in manufacturing firm, sir, for 15 years as import export documentation manager. So for me, I don't look who's wrong, who's right. It's really wasting time, and
Correct.
sometimes my staff is very emotional, and I don't like it.
Yes, very good. I like the way Myrene has given a solution for productive meeting. Thank you so much. I'll mute your microphone. I'll go for the next participant. Please go on, please.
Good afternoon, sir, and to my fellow attendees. For me, first thing to do is investigate. Then after I investigate, I get the statistics, then confirm and assess. After I confirm and assess, put a strategic plan. Then after putting the strategic plan, coaching with the personnel or the people. Thank you.
Wow, very good. Master planning, you have implemented master planning, statistics, problem, and coaching. Very good. I like this one, statistics. Remember, numbers never lie. This is the true fact, right? Numbers never lie. So when you have the numbers, analyze. When you analyze, you will find the problem, list of the problem, maybe lack of motivation. Some staff got no motivation to work. Some staff got personal problem, some staff got discipline problem. Then you provide them training, and training is the best tools that time that will help you to respond to bounce back from 15% again up to the mark. Right, I can see 2 participants are standby. Karaka, if you can please unmute your microphone, if you can hear my voice from my side. Hello, what would be the solution for productive meetings when you as a leader under stress? Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you. Go on, please.
Okay. For me, sir, based of my experience lang,
Mhm.
offer the promotion and go outside and give uh, flyers or
I understand. You are talking about the team motivation. When you notice that there is a demotivation, you will inspire them by arranging outside activities, by offering promotion incentives. Am I
yes,
right? Okay, very good. That
yes,
is
sir,
also
yes, sir.
important. That is also important in order to motivate the crowd. I can see Dandy is there. Yeah, thank you. You can mute your microphone, Mr. Karaka.
Hello,
How
sir.
about you?
Good afternoon to all of you. Good day to all of you guys.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think to have a productive meeting solution, I think we need to set a goal, sir. I think that's set a goal or set objectives. I think so we can encourage our team to be productive because sir, sometimes our team are they don't feel sometimes our team they don't feel recognized. Sometimes I think we need to recognize our team if they do good, so we can help. We need to set also our objectives and our goals to our team to make
Okay,
us
very
all
good.
productive.
Yeah, I like your few points that you have brought up. Acknowledgement must be there. Thank you. I can see, yeah, Irene, why you drop your hand? You raise. I'll allow you to speak, my friend. No worries. Everybody will have the opportunity to talk. But before that, I would like to invite Lau Lili. Could you please unmute your microphone?
All right.
Okay.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
So, everybody say this: work smart, not hard. Work hard. So, my leadership approach would focus on maximizing output and minimizing wasted effort by deep understanding of roles and strengths, strategic planning and prioritization, efficient process and tools, empowerment, continuous improvement, and feedback. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Wow, you have calculated all the possible solution for this problem. Thank you so much. Okay, I would like to invite Tadi. Could you please unmute, and then I will invite Irene. Tadi, unmute your microphone. How you will respond this productive meeting? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, go on, please.
Hello?
Hello, hello. We can
Hello?
hear you. Go on.
Okay. First of all, I will try to call every one of my team members. Try
Okay.
to understand point of view, and then call for a meeting to share ideas together and know and decide how we can improve together our performance.
Very good. So what you need not to waste your time by calling each and everyone. You can call a meeting, and during the meeting time, you can talk. But I like your approach very well. Maria, I know you are being experienced in this part. I will give you 1 minute to share your input here.
Okay. Teacher, good evening. In my experience, I will first, they're right. You have to investigate, analyze first the data. Which group decrease their sales drastically.
Okay.
And then I would meet those people and rather solicit feedback. What happened? But I will not be calling everybody else yet regarding the matter. So that can demoralize others as they are not decreasing theirs also, but only those with some problems trying to get the feedback, and then maybe understanding some strategy that you can suggest to them on what to do with the particular situation. And then after that, I'll rather asked a general meeting this time and throw to everybody to get help what to do with this particular problem of our co-sales agents with regards to their sales. So maybe brainstorming would be better for others to feel that they are helped by their co-sales agent as well. So there will be collaboration in that part.
Thank you so much, Maria. Excellent. Maria, you sounds like a bit strict manager, is it?
Yeah.
because the strategy that you are going to implement, you will call only those whose sales drop, dramatically. For example, me, I'm one of the culprits. I only can hit 10% of my KPI. Then I am playing a major role because of the overall 15% sales drop, right? So, but my friend Angeline, she only have 90% achievement. So she's not as responsible as me. So what you will do, you will try to figure out what went wrong with me. And in total, you will call a general meeting and you will bring up all those things in order to solve the problem. Hey, let's put a big round of applause for this. Am I say young lady? Can I say young? Okay, young lady, because no, not old, young lady. Thank you so much. Thank you. Irene, you will be the last participant. Rachel, let's just put it there, okay? Because we have done. Irene, what you will be doing?
Okay. So for me, sir, good evening. First, I will communicate the situation clearly. Be transparent about the shortfall. Let them know that you are 15% under target. So frame it as a challenge to overcome together, not a failure. So second, for me, I will convert the 15% gap into smaller, achievable weekly or daily goals, or we will exceed the next month target more than 15% so that it can cover the shortage. Then third, I will recognize and reward the staff, have it as an incentives. And then for the fourth, I will offer support and coaching to the staff.
Wow.
Yes.
Very good,
So
Irene.
training
Thank you so
session.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Irene. You can mute your microphone. So we have had a very engaging discussion about this scenario. Guys, remember, stress management, actually, it is not any science. To be very honest with you, at my workplace, nothing can give any stress. I make my mind so strong that I'll never feel any stress, no matter what is going on. I educate my brain in this way. Well, why I need to feel stress? Stress cannot give any solution. When I'm stressed, it creates another problem. Not only one problem, another set of problems. When I see something wrong, I put it in my brain and I analyze simply, not critically, how I can bring solution for this particular problem. Understand, guys? It is an art. And you can become expert not in one day. It will take time. To be very honest, stress management, it will take more and more time for all of you to be good at. Right? And also, a leader who can manage stress, what will be happening? He or she can save time. He or she can, move forward, and he or she can go for like rapid problem solving skills. Reha, understand? Rapid. You can solve the problem very, very, and very quickly. Now, I think today, more than 7 or 8 of you have spoken during today's discussion time. and out of 7 or 8 speakers, few of them talk about training. I like this topic, you know. Some of you said that you will provide relevant training in order to, you know, overcome this situation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as a leader, in order to improve their stress management skills, you as a leader, or even for the leaders, you can arrange some internal training. The training, it can be like case study, it can be practical, it can be theoretical, it can be motivational session, it can be data, you know, data analyze or information analyzing training session. So the first thing, the training topic that you can put, how to identify the cause of the stress. Because stress got so many factors. So if I do not know why I am feeling stressed, I cannot overcome this stressful situation. Madeline, am I right? So there must be a proper training for the leaders how to identify the reason of stress. You follow? It can be because of deadlines. It can be because of the difficult colleagues, Fariza. It can be because of workload that you have. I know every day during the class time, you work, again, you come to class, you work, again, you come to class, workload, personal. It can be also the personal factors, right? Maybe your team members got toxic personal relationship with their husband, with their wife, with their boyfriend, with their girlfriend. It can be because of the financial problem faced by your team members, right? So the training will provide some skills how you as a leader, you can create bonding, and with the help of your bonding, you are good at to figure out why your team members feeling stress at workplace, right? And you can train them how to manage their stress accordingly. So when you are good at identifying the stress, so if it is personal problem, you as a leader, you have to be a coach, you have to be a trainer, you have to be a motivator, you know, you have to be like their like mentor in order to give the solution of that particular stress. Understand? Because if someone is under stress and he or she is part of your team, it is also your problem, you know. At the end of the day, if your staff resign under your leadership, top management will come and ask you, so what you are doing here? It's your fault that team members under you keep resigning, right? You can educate them about the deep breathing, mindfulness exercise, or time management. So when you train them some of the techniques, they will follow and they can become more and more good at stress management. Now, you can develop or you can arrange a training program which will build resilience. Yesterday night, when I was talking about our ENS lesson 2 for our new students, I think some of you remember about the resilience, right? I remember, Salva, you were in my class last night, right? Shusha, remember yesterday night I was talking about resilience? Same thing. You can train people how to learn from mistake. You can train people how to bounce back from the difficult situation to the positive situation, from the difficult time to the positive time, right? So training should help you as a leader to develop strategies to build resilience, such as it can be positive self-talk, it can be social support, it can be self-care. Build resilience is the key to fight back with the stressful situation. Remember, you can also arrange some training about self-reflection. What is the meaning of self-reflection? It is a key component of stress management and is all about self-awareness. Leaders need to understand when they are feeling stress and act to manage it. A proper good stress management training program will encourage self-reflection, meaning to say your team members will take some time to prepare a list of their strengths, preparing a list of their weaknesses, and you will be working with each and every individual to help them to overcome their weaknesses. Understand, self-reflection is very important. You all can do it. You also can do the self-reflection, and you can know more about yourself accordingly. And also, remember, stress belongs to human emotion. Stress belongs to human mindset, human behavior. So what kind of training you can enhance? How to promote a culture of well-being. Well-being meaning to say, leaders should be encouraged to model healthy stress management behavior and promote the importance of self-care to their teams. So if you notice that one of your team members facing some difficulties to complete his or her job, you take care of this particular stuff. You support that particular stuff. Understand? You follow? And if you notice that your team members need some rest, you provide it. At the end of the day, when you promote a culture of well-being, I'm talking about physical well-being, I'm talking about mental well-being, it will bring a lot of positivity and stress-free work environment for your organization. So that's the end of today's leadership series. I hope today's discussion will help each and everyone, those who are here, in future when you will be a leader, how you can move forward along with your stressful situation. Understand? Remember each and every topic that I have shared during today's discussion time, and you can implement the things at your current workplace, or you can just make it as your habit. It will take some time. You cannot change everything overnight, especially when we are talking about stress management. Okay, take your time to learn how to respond with different types of stressful situation. The link I already have sent in the chat box. I believe all of you can download this one, right? Type 2 in the chat box if you could download the things from the chat box. Done? Okay, good, excellent. So that would be the end for today's discussion. If you have any question, you can ask me in the chat box. If you have no question, you can put some words in the chat box. How do you feel about today's leadership series, especially when we are talking about one of the most critical topics for a leader, stress management. Okay. So yeah, that's all for tonight. For today, I will see you next time when I will have another class, another leadership, another the motivational session. Till then, all of you stay fine and stay safe. Have a great weekend. Take care, and God bless you all again. And good night to all of you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.